Amaka always felt different, but nothing could prepare her for the day she woke up and her family couldn't see or hear her. Desperate and confused, she discovered a family curse that made her invisible to those she loved most. Her journey to break the curse had just begun. Amaka was an ordinary girl living in a small village in Nigeria. Her life was filled with the simple joys of family, friends, and school. She loved helping her mother with cooking, playing with her younger siblings, and listening to her grandmother's stories by the fire. However, Amaka always felt a strange sense of being different, an inexplicable feeling she couldn't quite place. One evening, after a particularly vivid dream about an ancient family curse, Amaka woke up to find herself in an unfamiliar reality. Her mother walked right past her without a glance. Her siblings played around her without noticing her presence, and even her beloved dog didn't react to her touch. Panic surged through her as she tried to communicate, but her voice was unheard and her touch unfelt. Desperate for answers, Amaka wandered through her village, unseen and unheard by everyone. She felt like a ghost trapped in her own world. As the day turned into night, she found herself drawn to her grandmother's hut. She remembered the old stories, the ones about curses and ancient spirits. With trembling hands, she reached for an old family book, hoping it held the key to her mysterious predicament. As Amaka pored over the dusty pages of the old family book, she discovered a tale that mirrored her current situation. The story spoke of a great-great-grandmother who had angered a powerful spirit. In retaliation, the spirit cursed the family, vowing that one day a descendant would become invisible to those they loved. The curse was a punishment meant to teach a lesson about love and sacrifice. Realization dawned on Amaka. She was the cursed descendant. Her heart pounded with fear and determination. She couldn't live the rest of her life invisible to her family. She needed to break the curse, but the book offered no clear solution. It only hinted at a journey of self-discovery and the need to make amends for past wrongs. Determined to find a way out, Amaka decided to seek help from the village elder, a wise woman named Mama Nkechi. Mama Nkechi was known for her knowledge of the spiritual world and ancient curses. Amaka hoped she would have answers. Amaka approached Mama Nkechi's hut with trepidation. She knocked on the door, but there was no answer. Remembering her invisibility, she realized she would have to find another way to communicate. She found a piece of charcoal and some paper and scribbled a desperate note explaining her situation. She left the note on Mama Nkechi's doorstep and waited anxiously. The next morning, Mama Nkechi found the note and sensed the presence of someone in need. She performed a ritual to reveal hidden spirits, and to Amaka's relief, Mama Nkechi could see her. "Child, I see you. Tell me what has happened," Mama Nkechi said, her voice gentle yet commanding. Through tears, Amaka recounted her story. Mama Nkechi listened intently, nodding occasionally. When Amaka finished, the elder sighed deeply. "This is a powerful curse, my dear. It will not be easy to break. You must undertake a journey to the spirit world to confront the spirits who cursed your family. Only by understanding their pain and making amends can you hope to lift the curse." Amaka's heart sank. The spirit world was a place of mystery and danger, but she knew she had no choice. She couldn't bear to remain invisible to her family. Mama Nkechi gave her a small pouch of protective herbs and a pendant to help guide her in the spirit world. "Be brave, Amaka. Your love for your family will guide you." With a mixture of fear and determination, Amaka set out to find the portal to the spirit world. She had heard stories of a sacred grove on the outskirts of the village where the veil between the worlds was thin. As she walked through the dense forest, she whispered a prayer for strength and guidance. At the edge of the grove, Amaka felt a strange energy in the air. The trees seemed to whisper ancient secrets, and the air was thick with the scent of flowers and herbs. She took a deep breath, clutching the pendant around her neck, and stepped into the sacred grove. A shimmering light enveloped her, and she felt herself being pulled into another realm. Amaka emerged into a world that was both familiar and alien. The spirit world mirrored her village, but was filled with ethereal light and shimmering beings. Trees whispered secrets, and the air buzzed with an energy that made her skin tingle. She felt both awed and terrified. Determined to find the spirit who cursed her family, she began her journey through this mystical realm. She encountered various spirits, some friendly and others wary of her presence. She sought guidance from the kind ones, learning about the customs and rules of this strange land. Each spirit she met added pieces to the puzzle, helping her understand the gravity of the curse and the steps needed to break it. One day, while resting by a crystal clear stream, Amaka met a spirit named Nkem. Nkem had a radiant presence and a calming aura. Sensing Amaka's distress, Nkem approached her. "You seem troubled, my child. What brings a living soul to our realm?" Amaka explained her predicament, and Nkem listened patiently. When she finished, Nkem nodded thoughtfully. "The spirit you seek is named Ebele. She was once a guidance spirit, but was wronged deeply by your ancestor. Ebele resides in the heart of the Enchanted Forest, a place few dare to venture. You will need courage and wisdom to face her." Nkem offered to guide Amaka to the edge of the Enchanted Forest. Grateful for the help, Amaka followed Nkem through the spirit world, learning more about its wonders and dangers. They traveled for days, encountering challenges that tested Amaka's resolve. She faced illusions meant to lead her astray, trickster spirits trying to deter her, and her own fears that threatened to overwhelm her. Throughout her journey, Amaka reflected on her life and her family. She remembered the love and warmth they shared, the sacrifices her parents made, and the joy of growing up in a close-knit community. These memories fueled her determination to break the curse. She realized that the journey was not just about confronting a spirit, but also understanding her own strengths and the bond that tied her to her family. As they neared the Enchanted Forest, Nkem gave Amaka a final piece of advice. "Ebele's pain is deep. She feels betrayed and forgotten. To reach her, you must show her that your love for your family is pure and that you are willing to make any sacrifice to mend the past wrongs." With these words in mind, Amaka entered the Enchanted Forest alone. The air was thick with magic, and every step seemed to echo with whispers of ancient spells. The forest was beautiful yet eerie, filled with glowing plants and creatures that watched her with curious eyes. She felt the weight of countless eyes upon her, judging her every move. After hours of wandering, Amaka reached a clearing where a majestic tree stood, its branches shimmering with a golden light. At the base of the tree sat a woman with an ethereal glow. Her eyes were filled with sorrow and anger. Amaka knew immediately that this was Ebele. Gathering her courage, Amaka stepped forward and bowed respectfully. "Great Spirit Ebele, I am Amaka, a descendant of the one who wronged you. I come seeking your forgiveness and guidance to lift the curse that has plagued my family." Ebele's eyes flashed with anger. "Do you know the pain your ancestor caused me? She broke a sacred bond and left me in agony. Why should I forgive you?" Amaka's heart ached for the spirit's suffering. She spoke with sincerity. "I understand your pain, and I am deeply sorry for what my ancestor did. I am here because I love my family, and I cannot bear to be invisible to them. Please tell me how I can make amends and lift this curse." Ebele studied Amaka for a long moment. "Your love for your family is strong, but love alone is not enough. You must prove your sincerity through actions. There is a sacred task you must complete. Deep within this forest lies a hidden grove where the heart of the forest beats. You must retrieve a fragment of this heart and bring it back to me. Only then will I consider lifting the curse." The task sounded daunting, but Amaka nodded, determined to succeed. Ebele gave her a small vial filled with a glowing liquid. "This will guide you to the heart of the forest. Be cautious, for the path is fraught with dangers." With the vial in hand, Amaka ventured deeper into the Enchanted Forests. The trees seemed to close in around her, and the light grew dimmer. She faced numerous obstacles, from treacherous paths to fierce guardian spirits. Each challenge tested her bravery and resolve, but she pressed on, driven by her love for her family. At last, she reached the hidden grove. In the center, a massive tree with a pulsating core stood. The heart of the forest glowed with an intense, vibrant light. As she approached, the ground trembled and a guardian spirit emerged, blocking her path. "Only those with pure intentions may take a fragment of the heart," the guardian declared. Amaka stood tall, her voice unwavering. "I seek to lift a curse placed on my family. My intentions are pure, and my heart is filled with love and determination." The guardian gazed into her eyes, searching for any hint of deceit. Finding none, it stepped aside, allowing her to approach the heart of the forest. Amaka carefully reached out and took a small fragment, feeling its warmth and energy course through her. With the fragment in hand, she made her way back to Ebele's clearing. The journey back seemed quicker, as if the forest was guiding her steps. When she arrived, Ebele looked at the fragment with a mixture of surprise and respect. "You have done well, Amaka. You have proven your sincerity and love. The curse will be lifted. But remember, the bonds of family must be cherished and nurtured." Ebele placed a hand on Amaka's forehead, and a wave of energy washed over her. Amaka felt a connection to her family strengthening, and the weight of the curse lifted. She thanked Ebele profusely, tears of gratitude streaming down her face. As Amaka made her way back to the portal that would return her to the mortal world, she felt a sense of accomplishment and peace. She had faced her fears, proven her love, and made amends for the past. When she stepped through the portal, she found herself back in her village, the familiar sounds and sights bringing a sense of comfort. Her heart pounded as she approached her home. She called out to her family, and this time they responded. Her mother rushed to her, tears of joy in her eyes. "Amaka, we were so worried. Where have you been?" Amaka hugged her mother tightly, feeling the warmth and love she had missed. "I had to go on a journey to lift a curse, but I'm back now, and I will never leave again." Her family gathered around her, and for the first time in days, Amaka felt whole. She shared her story with them, and though they didn't fully understand the spirit world, they believed in her strength and bravery. Her grandmother, who had always known there was something special about Amaka, nodded knowingly. "You have brought honor to our family, child. We are proud of you." With the curse lifted and her family reunited, Amaka felt a sense of relief wash over her. However, her journey was far from over. As she settled back into her daily life, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was still amiss. One evening, as she sat by the fire with her family, a visitor arrived unannounced. It was Mama Nkechi, the wise elder who had helped her on her journey to the spirit world. Her expression was grave, and Amaka sensed that trouble was brewing. "Amaka, I come with urgent news," Mama Nkechi said, her voice tinged with concern. "The spirit world is in turmoil. Ebele's curse was but one of many injustices plaguing our realm. Dark forces are gathering, threatening to plunge both our worlds into chaos." Amaka's heart sank. She had hoped that by lifting the curse, she had restored balance to the spirit world. But it seemed that her actions had only scratched the surface of a much larger problem. "What can we do?" Amaka asked, her voice trembling with fear. Mama Nkechi looked at her with a mixture of admiration and reassurance. "You have proven yourself to be a brave and resourceful young woman, Amaka. I believe you hold the key to restoring peace to our world, but you cannot do it alone. You will need the help of your family and the support of your community." Amaka nodded, her mind racing with thoughts of the challenges ahead. She knew she couldn't turn her back on the spirit world, not when so much was at stake. With determination burning in her heart, she turned to her family. "We must gather our strength and face this threat together. Our world depends on it." Her family, though apprehensive, stood by her side without hesitation. They had witnessed Amaka's courage and resilience firsthand and knew that she was destined for greatness. Together with Mama Nkechi and a band of brave volunteers from the village, they set out to confront the dark forces threatening their world. Their journey was perilous, filled with battles against malevolent spirits and treacherous obstacles. But with Amaka's leadership and her family's unwavering support, they pressed on, determined to restore peace and harmony to both realms. As they approached the heart of the conflict, they encountered the source of darkness, a powerful entity known as Ogbunigwe, the Shadow Weaver. Ogbunigwe has been manipulating the spirits, sowing discord and chaos for its own twisted purposes. Amaka faced Ogbunigwe with courage and conviction, her heart filled with the love and strength of her family and community. With Mama Nkechi's guidance, she channeled the ancient wisdom of her ancestors, weaving a powerful spell to banish Ogbunigwe from their world forever. The battle was fierce and intense, but in the end, light triumphed over darkness. Ogbunigwe was vanquished, and peace was restored to the spirit world. As the shadows dissipated, Amaka felt a sense of relief wash over her. She had fulfilled her destiny and proven herself to be a true hero. Returning to her village, Amaka was hailed a savior and a legend. Her bravery and selflessness inspired others to stand up against injustice and defend their world. Though the journey had been long and arduous, Amaka knew that it was only the beginning of her adventures. With her family by her side, she looked to the future with hope and optimism. Whatever challenges lay ahead, she knew that together they could overcome anything. For love, courage, and the bonds of family were the most powerful forces in the universe, capable of conquering even the darkest of evils. And so Amaka's story continued, a tale of triumph over adversity and the enduring power of love. Forever remembered as a hero, she embarked on new adventures, knowing that with her family by her side, she could face whatever the future held.